What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee tapping back in with some breaking news. Hit them buttons for me, sub up if you're new, the like, all that good ish. But more importantly, let's talk about this. Hit them comments. Trump making a move here is in regards to the U.S. Armed Forces, and you see one individual here. This is going type viral in the blogosphere, sharing her commentary, just going in on Trump. Right as you see the news, President Trump abruptly fired Air Force General Charles Q. Brown as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on Friday, sidelining a history making fighter pilot and respected officer. Check how she reacts to this. This is Rhonda Elaine Fox. She got the check mark, but you know, nowadays in the blogosphere, the Twitter sphere, I should say, the world of X. Sounds so weird. I still hate that every time I say it. Elon, go back to Twitter, please. She says, "We let a war dodger and his unqualified TV personality sidekick remove respected and experienced service members. Shame on us, and may the gutting of our armed services not lead to the destruction of our great nation." And man, is Trump, did he dodge the draft? If so, he would not be the first president, right? We've seen that with a few presidents, man. Now that's back when McCain was running. You guys remember that? A lot of people were like, "Yo, he was a prisoner of war. He ain't right in the head." And then a lot of people were like, "Nah, man, like he's the type of guy you want making decisions." Hit the comments and let me know. A lot of vets out there, I'm sure, may come across this. I don't know. You never know with this channel if a video is gonna, get 50 impressions or 50,000. You know what I mean? So make sure again, guys, to please hit them buttons. Every engagement with the channel helps. And once again, if you're new, it's all about hearing from you, from everyone. That's what the idea behind these videos is, to just further discuss stuff. Because, the news cycle is all types of twisted nowadays. There's fake-ish coming out. There's things that are swayed greatly in one direction, or it's just the news is so compromised. It's ludicrous. So we got to talk about it. You know what I mean? We can't just go around regurgitating the headlines and just taking them at face value. We really got to roll our sleeves up, get in here, get our hands dirty a bit, and break this stuff down. But to any of the vets out there, when it comes to being quote unquote the leader of the free world, if you will, does that make a difference to you? What did you think about a candidate like McCain and stuff like that? But let's check some of the reactions here. "You won't be a great nation for another 3 years, maybe more if they give Trump another term." So one person is saying Trump's going to fuck things up. He is better off. It is a blessing in disguise. Who wants the stench and stain of this administration on them after such a distinguished career? Thank him for his service and tell him to count his blessings. Someone says, "A black man and 2 women fired. This is a DEI purge." So I don't know. There's been a lot of political narratives and such in regards to Trump's second term this early on and prior to him being sworn in, DEI related. Do you guys believe that there's anything to that, or what? Let's slide over to the original take here and see what people are talking about as well. Throughout history, presidents from Lincoln to Truman have removed military commanders they deemed inadequate or insubordinate. President Obama purged 197 officers from the military for various reasons, often without explanation. So we got one person saying, "Hey, this ain't nothing new. All presidents, or not all, but very many presidents have flocked around with the roster of the armed forces, and maybe Trump has a legitimate reason." Typical response for CBS News: "By any objective measurement, he was a terrible Joint Chief. Recruiting was down under him. The services failed to prepare properly for the threats facing our military. He completely mismanaged the forces." So you got someone here saying that Charles was not handling his business correctly in the position of power in which he held, and that this was long overdue. Again, guys, let's talk about this. As always, I don't claim to be no expert, especially when getting into these types of realms of politics in the country and stuff like that. It's oh so tricky, oh so complex. So tap in. GOP, you treat our armed service this way. Betrayal. Trump fired an abject racist. There is no room for racism in our military. Don't believe me? See below. What do we got here? Memorandum for, I'm not about to read all that. HQAETC. Y'all see what it is. Subject, Officer Source Commission, Applied Pools Goals. Diversity and inclusion are an essential part of our society and key to the success of any organization. As such, it is imperative that the composition of our military services better reflect our nation's highly talented, diverse, and eligible population. This memorandum updates Department of Air Force officer applicant pool goals broken down by race, ethnicity, and gender. Critically, it also continues our progress toward achieving a force more representative of our nation, while leveraging that diversity to enhance the Air and Special Forces' ability to deter and, if necessary, deny our nation's competitors. These goals are aspirational, aligning resources to invest our long-term objectives and will not be used in any manner that undermines our merit-based processes, right? You are directed to develop a diversity and inclusion outreach plan aimed at achieving these goals no later than 30 of September 2022. In addition, you will report annually on your progress outlining those initiatives. Your organization are undertaking to enhance officer applicant pool diversity and inclusion. We appreciate your continued efforts to attract and train the best and brightest talent our nation has to offer. Who do we got? Frank Kendall, Secretary of the Air Force. John W. Raymond, General USSF, Chief of Space Operations. Jen Ortiz Jones, Undersecretary of Air Force, and then right there, the man that just lost his job, Charles Q. Brown Jr., General U.S. Air Force, Chief of Staff of the Air Force. And then let's take a look at this chart here. Diversity and inclusion goals: male 64%, female 36%, white currently 67.5%. And I guess what they're shooting for is 43% or 24.5%. What is that? Female. Okay. So you see the chart just outlining the races or the breakdown. And I don't know, this person sees this as a racist. And I don't know, what do you think of this in the whole DEI discussions? It's something, like I said, prior to Trump even being sworn in, was heavily featured in his discussions and stuff like that. It was something he was addressing ASAP, even before being officially in office. Abruptly fired. CBS, you're disgusting. This general was pushing DEI nonsense, and it's in the best interest of the country to wish this general well and move on to someone who isn't going to normalize mental illness. But what would we expect you at CBS to report without emotion? And of course, nobody is shocked that Trump replaced him with a less qualified white dude. So you see all the reactions from everyone. You see DEI being heavily discussed once again. You see what it is, the news. Let's talk about it all. That's what the channel once again is about. Subscribe. And if you're new, again, we talk sports, we talk music, we talk a lot of stuff, but we need the interaction from the good people of the blogosphere out there to discuss the news as such. So I thank you for your time. Hit the comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace and God bless.